So good day everyone. So before anything else, please click the subscribe button. So our subject, Introduction to Philippine Criminal Justice System. So for today's video, I am going to discuss a Philippine criminal justice process. So we have here the 5 pillars of the Philippine criminal justice system. Number 1 pillar, we have the law enforcement. Number 2, we have the prosecution pillar. Number 3, we have the court pillar. Number 4, we have the correction pillar. And lastly is the community pillar. So we have here the cycle of the Philippine criminal justice system. So what is a criminal justice system? So when we say criminal justice system, this is the system of process in the community by which crimes are investigated and the persons suspected thereof are taken into custody, prosecuted in court, and punished if found guilty. Provisions being made for their correction and rehabilitation. So, when we say the Philippine criminal justice system, it is a method by which the police, the prosecution, the court, and the correction institution enforce the basic rules of any society as expressed in its criminal law. Okay. The various components discharge a vital responsibility. So all of the components of the CJS has a different vital responsibility in our government. Without it, anarchy will prevail and no man would be secured in his person or property. So other authorities speak only of 3 pillars: the law enforcement, the court, and the correction, with the prosecution being substituted by the court pillar. Okay? So in our country, Philippines has decided to add the 5th pillar to its own concept of the CJS. Kaya po naging 5 ang ating pillars ng CJS. They included the community pillar, which is the non-formal component of our CJS. Okay. So, it is the interrelated scheme of the 5 pillars. So, we have there the community pillar, we have the police or the law enforcement pillar, we have also the prosecution pillar, we have the court pillar, and then the correction pillar. Okay. So, for police, prosecution, court, correction, and the community pillar. Okay, as the 5 pillars of our justice system in the Philippines. So, papaano nga ba yung cycle or yung proseso ng ating justice system sa Pilipinas? So, we have there the so-called crime. Okay. So, what is a crime? Okay. A crime is considered as undesirable acts which is to be committed by a person. Okay. A crime is an act or omission impunishable by our laws of the land. Okay. Crime can be committed, or crime has 2 nature. We have mala inse and we have also mala prohibita. So, Ano nga ba ang distinction ng mala inse and mala prohibita? So, when we say mala inse crimes, okay, so these are criminal acts that are wrong because they violated the moral, public, or natural principles of a society. So, what are the examples of mala inse crimes? So, an example of mala inse crimes are murder, rape, or robbery. So, when we say mala inse crimes, to make it short, these are crimes committed in our revised penal code. Mala inse. Okay? And when we say mala prohibita, these are criminal acts that are wrong because they violate a statute or law rather than being an action that harms the society. Okay? So, most of the time, mala prohibita crimes are less severe than mala inse. So, sa madaling salita po, mas grabe po or mas serious po ang mga mala inse crimes kaysa sa mala prohibita. Okay. So, an example for mala prohibita are like violation in parking, tax fraud, or even copyright violations. So, for mala prohibita, the crimes committed are special penal laws. That's why they are being called as offenses. So, unlike in mala inse, they are being called as felonies dahil ang kanilang nakumit na crime ay under ng RPC or Revised Penal Code. Okay? So, for the process of criminal justice system in the Philippines, okay, so first we will discuss the police. Okay? So, papaano nga ba nag-i-start ang process? So, let's say a person has violated the law. Okay? So, ngayon, meron siyang nakumit na crime. Mr. A committed a crime. And then, sa part ng police pillar, syempre, pagka there is a crime committed, there will be someone who will report it to the police. Okay, tatawag yan. Magre-report, meron pong nangyaring krimen dito sa aming lugar. And then after that, the police will respond in the crime scene. Pupunta sila doon, and then they will investigate the crime committed. So let's say they already investigated the crime. Then, after that, they will apprehend the law violator. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ka na-identify yung suspect, ay i-apprehend kaagad. Okay, huhuliin. They will arrest, they will search the place, okay, and they will take him into custody. Okay, it is either the police or the law enforcement or any other law enforcement agency like NBI, narcotics groups, and other. Okay? So, yun po yung part ng police. Mag-iimbestiga, aarestuhin ang suspect, dadalhin sa kanilang kustodiya. Okay? And after that, the case may be diverted. Okay? The case may be diverted where no sufficient ground can system complaint or can sustain the complaint against the suspect. So, for example, walang matibay na mga evidence na nahanap ng kapulisan natin, walang mga witness, okay, or walang gustong magpatunay na meron bang nangyaring krimen, so yung suspect na nahuli ay pwede pong ma-divert sa community. Because there is no sufficient evidence or grounds that can sustain the complaint against the suspect. So, pwede po siyang ma-reverted sa community. Kaya nga po yung araw dyan sa ating presentation is bakit pabalik? Kasi nga po, pagka report ka sa police, iimbestigahan yan, pero pag walang mga ebidensya na nakita ng mga kapulisan natin, babalik ulit sa community yung suspect. Pero sabihin na natin, okay, sabihin na natin na merong mga evidence. There is a sufficient ground para masustain yung complaint against the suspect. So ngayon, magfa-file ng complaint ang police sa prosecution pillar. Okay? So, in prosecution pillar, ano ba ang function ng prosecution pillar? Okay? So, they are going to prosecute the alleged offense committed, okay, by the prosecutors. They will be the one to evaluate the case. Meron bang probable cause? Meron bang mga grounds? Meron bang mga witnesses? Para ito ay magtuloy sa kaso. I-evaluate yan ng mga prosecutor natin. But then, there will be a chance na ma-divert ulit or ma-revert ulit yung suspect doon sa community. Pwede po ulit siyang bumalik sa community kasi kung wala pong probable cause na mahanap ang ating mga prosecutor, then the accused will be reverted to the community. Okay? But let's say there is a probable cause. Okay, sabihin na natin may probable cause, may mga ebidensya, merong mga witnesses na magpapatunay na that there is really a crime committed. So ngayon po, ang prosecution pillar mag-file ng information sa court. Okay. So in the court pillar, okay, that will be the part wherein they are going to adjudicate, to sentence the accused. Okay, andyan na po, magkakaroon na po ng hearings. Okay, there will be trials before they come up with the final judgment. Mahaba-habang proseso yan. Okay. Maghihiring ka kasama ang mga abogado mo, kasama ang mga witness, mga evidence na kailangan mong i-present. Okay, that is the judicial proceeding na mga tinatawag natin. Okay? But then, again, pwede na naman pong ma-divert sa community yung accused. Okay? Ma'am, paano pong pwedeng makabalik ulit sa community? Naghihiring na nga po. Yes, kapag po na-dismiss ang kaso. Okay? What are the possibilities? Okay, ano ba, bakit ba na-dismiss ang kaso? Okay. Because the case may be diverted where evidence is not enough for conviction of the offense. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ganun ka-enough yung mga evidence na pine-present ng prosecution. Kaya ang nangyari dyan, hindi mapatunayan na guilty yung akusado. That's why nadi-dismiss yung kaso, kaya nakakabalik po yung accused sa community. He can be reverted again to community. Okay? But, let's say, siya po ay nabigyan ng final judgment. Siya po ay nahatulan. Okay, sabihin natin convicted. May final judgment. Okay. Merong mga enough na evidence, merong mga enough na mga witnesses, mga testimony, kaya napatunayan na siya ay may sala. Sabihin na natin ganon. So, ngayon naman po, yung court, okay, magpa-file ng mitimus order sa correction pillar. Okay. If convicted, either serve his sentence in jail or prison. Okay? Kailangan niya pong i-serve yung kanyang sentensya either sa jail po or sa prison. Okay? Or pwede naman pong ma-place po siya sa probation because in correction pillar, we have two system in correction. We have the institutional correction and non-institutional correction. So, when we say institutional correction, the treatment is inside the jail or prison. Makukulong po siya, isi-serve po niya yung kanyang sentence sa loob ng kulungan. But when we say that is non-institutional correction or yung mga tinatawag nating community-based program, ayan, so, kagaya po ng probation or ng parole, okay? Or even kapag ka nag-grant po siya ng executive clemency ng mahal na Pangulo. Okay? So, kung yun po ay sa loob ng kulungan, that is institutional correction, kailangan niyang iserve yung kanyang sentensya. For example, siya ay convicted ng 20 years, 1 day to 40 years. So, he need to serve his sentence inside the prison bago po siya makabalik sa community. Okay? So, sabihin na natin na serve na niya ang kanyang sentence sa loob ng kulungan. Then, nakabalik na siya sa community. He is now being called or regarded as law-abiding citizen. Okay? He is now a law-abiding citizen because inside the jail or prison, he come up with different reformation and rehabilitation programs. Okay? So, that is the process of our criminal justice system in the Philippines. So, repeat ko lang, okay, para mas-summarize natin ng mabuti. If there is a crime committed, huhuliin ng pulis, mag-iimbestiga ang pulis, okay? Pero, pag wala pong mga magpapatunay na nag-commit talaga siya ng crime, babalik po siya ulit sa community. Pero sabihin na natin na meron ng mga evidence, ngayon po, magpa-file po ng complaint ang police sa prosecution. So, sa prosecution pillar, siya po or sila po ang mag-evaluate ng kaso kung meron pong probable cause. And if there is no sufficient ground, babalik po ulit yung suspect sa community kasi wala nga pong nahanap na probable cause. But let's say meron. So, ngayon, yung prosecution pillar magpa-file ng information sa court pillar. And then sa court pillar, andyan na po, magkakaroon na po ng judicial proceedings. I-adjudicate and magbibigay ng sentence. Okay? Sabihin na natin na sentensyahan siya. So, pupunta siya ngayon sa correction pillar wherein he is going to serve his or her sentence inside the jail or prison. So, ngayon, after niyang ma-serve ang kanyang sentence, babalik na po siya ulit sa community. Makakalaya na po siya ulit. That is just a cycle. Mauulit po yan. For example, nakabalik ka na sa community. Then, while you are in the community, you committed another crime. Okay? Inulit mo. Pumatay ka ulit, nagnakaw ka ulit, okay? Nang-rape ka ulit. So, you will undergo the same process, the same procedure. Huhulihin ka ulit ng police, prosecution, court, maghihiring ka, mag-serve ka ulit ng sentence mo. Okay? Kaya nga po, yan ay cycle or process. So, pwede po siya ulit maulit if you again committed another crime. Okay? So, this is just the beginning of our discussion for the entire semester. So, we already come up with the discussion with regards to the procedures or the process of the criminal justice system in the Philippines. So, napakadali lang po kung tutuusin. We will just focus our discussion for the entire semester sa 5 major topics natin na yung mga 5 pillars. The law enforcement pillar or the police, the prosecution, the court pillar, the correction pillar, and also the community pillar. So, as easy as that. So, to be updated, please click the notification bell for more upcoming videos. So, that's all for today. So, thank you and have a good day.